the primary one teachers. I am Miss Mai. With us are Miss Herwida, Miss Siska, Miss Indah. Today we are going to have a virtual field trip to look at cuisine in Medan. Are you excited?
Yes!
Let's go, guys!
Let's go! Let's go!
What comes to mind when you think of Medan? The architectural landmarks? The Medan accent? Or maybe the food? Anyone who has ventured to Medan won't be able to deny the fact that they are crazy about the city's appetizing food options. Medan is a melting pot of cultures. A unique blend of cultures with strong Malay, Indian, Batak, Chinese, and Javanese influences from those inhabiting the city of Medan. Multicultural ethnic traditions and religion have also impacted the variety of foods in Medan. The range of food in Medan is very complex, from Batak, Chinese, Indian to Padang and Melayu. Make a stop at Medan's culinary areas in Jalan Selat Panjang and Jalan Semarang to indulge in Chinese food. Jalan Pagaruyung for some Indian and Malay cuisines, and Jalan Padang Bulan for Batak food. Every dish is available at a variety of prices. Today, we are going to explore 4 super delicious and well-known foods that you are going to love. So stick around until the end to enjoy them all.
Destination, the Tip Top Restaurant. I will explain a little bit about the Tip Top Restaurant. Zoom in! The Tip Top Restaurant began when the founder, Mr. Janki, opened a bakery at Pandu Street in 1929. The store was named after the founder himself, Janki. In 1934, Mr. Janki moved his bakery to Kesawan Street. The name is Ahmad Yani Street now, and changed his bakery name to Tip Top Restaurant. Tip Top is not only well known for its delicious food and cakes, but is also part of Indonesia's historical heritage, as it is one of the oldest restaurants in Indonesia. Hai anak-anak, sekarang mari kita lihat aturan apa saja yang ada di restoran Tip Top. Pada saat memasuki restoran Tip Top, kita harus memakai masker. Harus mencuci tangan terlebih dahulu. Menjaga jarak. Dan yang paling penting adalah mengecek suhu tubuh dan menjaga kebersihan restoran Tip Top. Nah, pastikan kamu mengikuti aturan-aturan tersebut ya.
The famous dishes in these restaurants are ice cream and cakes. Now, let's explore the ice cream first. Let's go!
Tip Top Restaurant serves various dishes from Western, Oriental, and Indonesian cuisines with unique and authentic flavors. Tip Top Restaurants also serves special ice cream to customers. The ice cream is still made from traditional recipes with old machines from the Dutch colonial era, which distinguishes Tip Top ice cream from another modern ice cream. And also Tip Top ice cream uses slagroom as its topping. There are 17 varieties of ice cream in Tip Top. But there are 6 famous flavors here. What are they? Let me show you. There are Morocco ice, Yes Tart, Carmen Ice, Es Johor, ice cream soda, and ice cream buah. The Tip Top restaurant serves various types of cake, from dessert to birthday cakes. The authenticity of the Tip Top bakery is undoubtedly one of a kind. In the baking process, they still use a stone stove from the year 1934, which uses a wood wire, so that the cakes have an authentic and unique aroma. I will show you the special cakes here. There are sausage brood, horen, nanas pie, tarches mocha, chocolate iris, and morocco.
The kitchen has been prepared by Mr. Kus. Hi Mr. Kus. So, let's go to the kitchen. Oke Pak, ini pembuatan kuenya menggunakan tungku api.
Ya.
Tungku api yang sejak pada tahun,
Dari zaman Belanda, tahun 1934.
oh dari tahun 1934.
Ya.
Jadi cara bekerja tungku api ini bagaimana ya Pak?
Jadi ini pertama sekali pagi-pagi ya, kita bikin seperti api unggun dari bahan kayu.
Oh dari kayu ya Pak ya. Jenis kayunya kayu apa?
Ini kayu mahoni.
Kayu mahoni.
Jadi kita punya ladang sendiri yang kita tanamin. Jadi rata-rata pohon mahoni sudah berumur 30 tahun lebih.
Oke.
Ya. Jadi kita udah besar dia punya pohon, kita cabangin. Ya. Nah cabang-cabangnya itu udah sebesar ini, itulah kita ambil untuk kebutuhan.
Jadi tidak merusak tumbuhan
Ya,
lain ya Pak ya?
karena dia bisa
Oh, oh.
tumbuhkan lagi, kita pakai lagi.
Jadi punya kebun sendiri dan pohonnya itu diambil dan dihasilkan kayunya untuk membakar tungku-tungku.
Operasionalkan ini. Dan kayu ini seperti tadi Kita masukkan dia seperti bikin api unggun. Mungkin mau lihat dulu seperti apa kondisi di
Iya.
dalam.
Ini kuenya sudah
Sudah ada
dipersiapkan.
yang sudah jadi, ada juga yang masih di dalam.
Oh, prosesnya jadi tungkunya dipanaskan terlebih dahulu ya, Pak?
Ini awalnya kita bikin di tengah-tengah itu,
Ya.
senternya itu dibikin tumpukan kayu ini. Ya, bikin
Oke.
api unggun. Pagi-pagi sekali starting awal, kita bakar dia punya kayu sampai marak, sampai akhirnya jadi arang. Setelah jadi arang, kita serakan.
Jadi
Semua
merata
penjuru
gitu ya,
lantai.
Pak?
Ya.
Oke.
Ya, semua penjuru lantai,
Ya.
kira-kira setengah jam kita biarkan sampai barangnya habis, baru kita bersihkan. Ya, kita bersihkan, setelah bersih, barulah loyang-loyang ini kita masukkan.
Dimasukkan. Berarti setelah itu loyangnya dimasukkan ke dalam untuk dipanggang ya, Pak
Iya,
ya?
betul.
Oke.
Ini pas ada yang mau masuk, bisa kita lihat.
Jadi
Ya.
kue yang ada yang mau dimasukkan saat ini,
Nah,
Pak?
ini kuenya ada yang untuk target ini tadi yang kemarin kita bilang itu
Ya.
ada beberapa macam ya. Ini untuk target, yang ini yang namanya orange.
Orange.
Ya,
Ya.
pas sudah mau masuk juga. Oke, boleh. Kamu pakai daun. Bentar ya. Ini baru selesai.
Jadi kue-kuenya setelah disediakan akan ready dimasukkan ke dalam tungku apinya.
Ya, betul. Nah, setelah dibersihkan tadi kan masukin ini seperti ini. Kita lihat prosesnya untuk masuk. Nah, di dalam itu nanti ya panasnya sudah terkumpul. Jadi yang penting dari tungku ini adalah batu apinya.
Batu apinya dari kayu
Jadi-
mahoni ini ya, Pak ya?
Kayu sama batu.
Batu.
Ini bukan batu bata biasa ya. Dia punya batu ini dari batu bata Belanda.
Oh, berarti
Namanya
ini dari
Vilvastenen,
Oke.
ya, batu tahan api.
Dari sejak tahun 1934 ya,
Betul.
Pak ya, masih bertahan sampai saat ini.
Betul.
Tip Top Ice Cream uses swag room. So, here is the process to take the swag room. Jadi ini proses pengambilan selalurumnya, Pak ya?
Ya. Jadi bahan bakunya adalah susu sapi murni ya.
Susu
Tidak
sapi
boleh
murni.
dicampur.
Oke.
Harus murni susu sapi. Nggak boleh. Bahkan air pun tidak boleh campur.
Berarti 100% susu.
100% susu. Kalau ada campuran air, dia punya selarum nanti nggak jadi. Jadi ada satu bahan yang namanya selarum nanti. Pada saat udah kita giling, dia akan terpisah. Ya, selarum itu agak kental. Nanti kita akan pisahkan yang agak kental. Nah, itu sebagai bahan untuk selarum.
Untuk pembuatan ice
Ya.
creamnya. Jadi,
Betul.
berarti spesial
Dari zaman
materialnya
Belanda.
dulu ini adalah selarumnya, spesial materialnya ya, pembuatan
Kalau memang
ice cream.
zaman sekarang orang udah nggak rekomen pakai ini lagi lah ya. Sekarang orang pakai yang namanya whipping cream.
Whipped cream.
Ya, betul.
Oke.
Whipping cream udah lebih mudah. Beli supermarket aduk sendiri pun jadi. Jadi orang nggak pikir cara begini lagi, ya.
Jadi selarum ini diputar terus
Ya,
hingga
digiling.
mendapatkan keasliannya.
Ya. Nanti akan terdapat dia punya bahan yang terpisah itu yang kita ambil nanti namanya selarum. Setelah proses penggilingan nanti akan keluar itu, Mas. Yang namanya selarum itu akan terpisah kita ambil. Ya.
Berarti mesinnya ini sudah sejak 1934
Iya.
juga sama seperti
Sama-sama.
tungkunya. Oke.
Nah, ini peninggalan zaman Belanda ya. Inilah satu sama tungku.
Sama yang tungkunya satu. Berarti selarumnya yang mana, Pak?
Nah, ini dia.
Yang ini ya.
Betul. Selarumnya sudah keluar. Itulah bagian yang tadi saya bilang agak kental, namanya selarum. Ya, ini dia Pak sudah keluar.
Oke, ini bahannya selarum. Selarumnya bisa kita lihat.
Sebelah kiri susu.
Susunya.
Kanan yang selarum.
Kemudian susunya kembali lagi nanti di atas untuk
Ya,
mendapatkan
sampai
selarum.
dua kali.
Sampai dua kali proses.
Dua kali proses. Nah, itu kita kumpul. Nah, itu kita olah nanti selarumnya untuk jadikan es krim.
This ice cream use selarum. I order Carmen ice.
I ordered Yestard ice. I have fruit ice cream. This is ice cream soda and Johor ice.
And this is
More cup ice.
Let's try it. It's yummy and crunchy.
It's heavenly. It's lovely.
This is my favorite flavor. I love it.
Here are some cakes. I ordered Turkish mocha.
I ordered Horan with selarum inside. I ordered sausage broth. This is morco and nanas pie.
And this is chocolate iris. Let's try it. It's good. I love it. They use a high quality chocolate and it has a very unique smoky flavors.
Not too sweet, but it's delicious.
It's tasty. It's tasty. It's fantastic.
If you are in Medan, don't forget to taste a variety of delicious cuisine specialties. One of the dishes that you must try is Lontong Kak Lin. This stall, which is located on Teuku Cikditiro Street, has been around since 1985. It is the opposite of SMA Negeri 1 Medan.
The owner of the shop, Seslin, whose real name is Nujulina, started this business in Teuku Cikditiro Street, Medan. The mother of 3 children said that once she used to sell on a roadside overhang next to SMA Negeri 1 Medan. Armed with the capital that she and her husband have together, Seslin continues to work hard by selling until finally her dish is known in all circles. Thanks to her persistence, Seslin was able to move the trade location, which was originally on the overhang of the road, to a more decent shop house. This shop is also becoming more and more famous, its fans ranging from children to famous artists. When asked about the recipe for her delicious lontong, she only revealed that there was a secret spice used to make the lontong. The recipe was passed down from generation to generation and from her parents to Seslin. If you want to come here, you should not come at night. Seslin opens her restaurant from 6:30 in the morning until 6 in the evening.
Actually, Lontong Kak Lin sells a variety of delicious food. Let's see.
Lontong Kak Lin sells lontong pecal, vegetable lontong, lontong noodles, nasi uduk, to Medan specialties such as lupis and scallop satay. However, the most distinctive thing in this shop is the lontong pecal. At first glance, it looks similar to pecel or gado-gado because the texture of the sauce is not runny. One portion of lontong pecel contains lontong mixed with fresh vegetables topped with balado egg. Don't forget to add a sprinkling of savory and spicy peanut sauce. It's even more delicious when eaten with scallop satay. Perfect for breakfast. So, don't miss to enjoy lontong Kak Lin.
Halo, saya Mrs. K. Jadi saya ingin bertanya sedikit tentang usaha lontong Kak Lin ini. Tapi sebelumnya Mbak boleh memperkenalkan diri, namanya siapa Mbak ya?
Iya. Halo, nama saya Yola.
Yola.
Ya, di sini saya juga sebagai admin ya.
Admin di sini.
Admin lontong Kak Lin ini.
Oke.
Iya.
Mbak Yola, saya ingin bertanya ya tentang sejarah berdirinya lontong Kak Lin ini. Tahun berapa dan siapa sih yang pertama kali memulai usaha ini?
Oke, saya akan ngejelasinnya. Jadi lontong Kak Lin ini berdiri di tahun ini ya, ada di
di sini
1985.
ya? Oke.
Iya.
Sudah cukup
Sudah
lama ya?
30 tahun lebih kali ya.
Iya.
Dan sampai sekarang ini.
Masih bertahan sampai sekarang ini.
Jadi yang mendirikan itu mertua saya.
Oh, mertuanya
Iya,
Mbak Yola.
iya.
Berarti Kak Lin ya? Kak Lin
Iya,
itu
Kak
mertuanya
Lin
Mbak
itu,
ya?
iya benar
Oke,
sekali.
oke. Terus seperti yang kita tahu ya, lontong Kak Lin ini selalu ramai ya, selalu
Iya,
hits.
iya.
Kemarin sebelum saya kesini, saya coba search dulu kan, makanan top kuliner di Medan. Yang muncul itu pasti lontong Kak Lin, pasti selalu ada.
Iya.
Apa sih ya Mbak ya rahasianya lontong Kak Lin ini bisa terkenal di Medan dan selalu ramai gitu?
Iya, jadi itu ya, ciri khasnya itu ada
Iya.
bumbu tersendiri.
ada
Dan
bumbu
yang melainkan dari lontong-lontong lain itu yaitu bumbu pecelnya ya.
Oh, ada bumbu
ada
pecel
campuran,
ya. Oh ya,
iya.
oke. Nah, kalau nanti kan ada nggak ya menu yang cocok untuk anak-anak? Siapa tahu nanti kan anak-anak kita di Chandra Kumala mau
iya.
coba datang ke sini dan coba makanannya.
Iya,
Ada nggak ya, Mbak?
Ada. Kita juga ada menu buat anak-anak gitu ya.
Apa itu, Mbak ya namanya?
Lontong sayur nggak pakai ini cabai dan tauco gitu kan. Jadi nggak pedas gitu. Jadi buat anak-anak bisa. Terus nasi uduknya juga ada, nasi kuning, nasi gurih gitu.
Oh,
Itu
oke.
aja sih.
Oke. Jadi kalau anak-anak mau pesan juga boleh. Kalau mau datang ke sini boleh pesan lontongnya, tapi tidak pakai cabai ya. Oke.
Biar nggak pedas.
Nah, terakhir ini Mbak, menu
Iya.
recommended di sini apa sih ya? Paling recommended?
Kalau yang recommended itu lontong sayur.
Lontong sayur
Itu
ya?
yang paling recommended.
Oh,
Sama
oke.
lontong pecelnya sih.
Sama
Mbak.
lontong
Iya.
pecel. Sepertinya ini saya mau langsung pesan aja deh Mbak.
Iya,
Saya
iya.
mau rasakan sendiri. Apakah benar ya seenak yang orang-orang bilang gitu ya? Oke, sebelum itu saya mengucapkan terima kasih dulu ya ke
Iya.
Mbaknya sudah mau menerima kita guru-guru Chandra Kumala di sini. Saya mau coba makanannya dulu ya Mbak
Iya,
ya.
iya.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
I ordered the lontong sayur. This is the recommended dish here. Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Okay, let's try it. I thought the soup was gonna be a little bit watery, but it's not. It tastes like pecel. They add peanut sauce, and it's really good and creamy. I'm gonna get some more of the soup and the lontong and the boiled egg. Let's try it. Nah.
ke Medan kalau belum mampir ke Ucok Durian. Never say you have been to Medan if you never try Ucok Durian. This is a praise of Ucok Durian brand, which is now legendary in Medan, North Sumatra. The owner of Ucok Durian is Zainal Abidin or Ucok. This place supplies durians, 6,000 durians every day. Let's see this.
However, his name has only become famous in the last 10 years. Now a lot of people come here. There are presidents, officials, and also artists. Ucok had been dealing with durian for 34 years. However, he has only had his own business since about 25 years ago. He has experienced ups and downs while selling durian. In 1980, Ucok sold durians along Jalan Iskandar Muda Medan. At that time, farmers who sold their crops and ordinary sellers who bought durian from farmers' gardens in Sumatra did not sell durians every day, only during the season. Currently, Ucok Durian supplies 6,000 durians every day. The recipe for success to sell durian is when the buyer feels not good of their durians, it can be exchanged at no additional cost. If it doesn't taste good or doesn't sweet for their taste, it can be exchanged. Eating durian must be according to its taste.
What snack do you like the most while you are in Medan? Everything is special, including rujak kolam. Are you curious about the uniqueness of this rujak kolam? Come on, let's see the review.
Not just a unique name, it turns out that rujak kolam has an origin. The name was taken because the sellers of this snack are found near the Delhi Pool. It is a historical tourist attraction which is a legacy from the previous kingdom. The number of sellers of this dish is not only one, but many. It is said that they have been selling since the 1960s.
Rujak kolam is a fruit salad which is not only spicy but also unique because of the spices. The uniqueness of rujak kolam is not only because of the spices. A variety of fruit is used. There are at least 8 to 10 different fruits, including watermelon, water apple, star fruit, mango, papaya, umbrella fruit, and so on. Interestingly, there are additional young bananas that make this snack different from others. Well, you already know about rujak kolam. You are interested to try it, aren't you? Yummy!
That's our virtual field trip for today. We hope you enjoy this even though you can't be with us in person. I'm glad we can do these fun activities together. I hope you had fun too. Stay at home, stay safe, bye!